Good morning, how are you doing? This is a video about what will come up if you have driving lessons with your parents in between lessons. So there's two things that can come up which your parents are not as strict about as your driving instructor. And the two things are that when you start going out with your parents are not normally very strict about your mirror work, okay? So if you're learning to drive with an instructor, they're going to be like mirror signal maneuver. They're going to be trying to drill that into you. So interior left for turning left, interior right for turning right. So any movement to the left or the right, interior left, interior right, okay? Mirror checks for slowing down, for changing direction. So they're going to be drilling that into you, and that's so important. But parents, because they're not driving instructors, they don't see the link there. They don't see that they signal. A lot of the time they just don't do that. So students will be like, oh yeah, I've got a holiday here, yeah, I'm not being told. So they just let that happen. You have to be very strict with yourself, yeah. If you're going to go out with your parents, just know that they're not going to be very strict on that, okay. Make sure you keep your mirror checks, because your driving instructor are going to try that and get that back. In 23 years, I've only had 2 people fail for mirror work. And let me tell you that the examiner was almost spitting with rage on both occasions, because it's the first thing that you learn. It's basically on your first driving lesson. And one of the examiners actually got out the car, and he didn't slam the door, but it was close. He was so irritated. I was trying to work with, this happened years ago. I was every single lesson I was saying, you've got to check your mirrors, you've got to check your mirrors. And she failed for it. Yeah, I mean, it's so dangerous. So especially if you live somewhere like London, or the bikes are just going to undertake you and overtake you. If you don't have good mirror work in somewhere like London, Bristol, Birmingham, you're going to take out a bike within 5 minutes. Definitely, you must check your mirrors. So that's the first thing that is definitely not going to be taught to you correctly by a parent. The next thing that happens when you go out with your parents, depending on their age, it can happen that the parent teaches the student to go through their gears. It's quite standard to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Standard. You're building speed, so you're using those gears. They're powerful at the beginning, and you build it like a staircase. So it's very likely that you're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, it is possible for you to block gear change up, but the circumstance would have to be correct. I've made an entire video about that. You can watch me driving, you can watch me changing gear. There's a whole video about it if you want to see me do it. So go and have a look at that, yeah. But standard, normally, we're going to be building the speed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But go and have a look at the video if you want some more depth about that, okay. But coming down the gears, yeah, we tend to block gear change to the one we want, okay? So you can skip out gears when you're going down, because we rely on the brake pedal to slow the car down, and then we match the gear to the lowest speed that you're now driving, which is called a block gear change. Now, I'm just in my house at the moment having a cup of coffee, but if I'd get the book out and show it to you in Driving the Essential Skills. That book is amazing, yeah. But there's this page in there. You'll have to trust me for now, because I'm not in my car. But Driving the Essential Skills talks about how to block gear change and how many gears to miss out, because the modern day engine, the flexibility of our engines now, and for years, we can block gear change down. However, parents who weren't taught that way will get very worried that the student isn't going through all the gears. So just to make it really obvious to you, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is what the parent may try and teach you. No, that's not what we do. We're not teaching you to do that. That is an overuse of the clutch. That is an overuse of your gearbox, yeah? And those things are very expensive. And if you need to change those, we're talking thousands. We want to use it as little as possible. So we need to bring the speed down with the foot brake and then match the gear to the lower speed. Again, I have made an entire video about this where I'm driving, and you can literally watch me driving up to roundabouts, up to turns. You can see me braking. You hear me talking about the braking, and then you can see me changing down with a block gear change, okay? Parents don't understand that we can rely on the brake pedal to slow the car down, and they're freaking out that you're coming up to the roundabout too quickly, and they will be scared and they will think that you're not going to slow down, but you've been taught this way, or you should have been. I've been a driving instructor for 23 years. I never did going through the gears, like never. Having your brake lights on as you come up to a junction is safer for the person behind as well, because they can see the red lights, yeah? If you're using your gears to slow the car down, yeah, which is an old school technique, there isn't any brake lights with that. The person behind isn't being warned with a red light that you're slowing down, okay? So it's safer. Like I say, I've been a driving instructor for 23 years. One of my books in the car is it 22 years old, 23 years old? I love it so much. It's the original, well, the OG to me anyway, Driving the Essential Skills. I've got the new one as well. It's such a beautiful book. Oh my goodness! If you want, it's in my showcase, but it doesn't. They don't sell it on its own. It's so annoying. It comes in a package which isn't quite. But Driving the Essential Skills, just look it up online and buy it. It's so good, by the DVSA. Strongly recommend. Strongly recommend. Okay. But yeah, going through all the gears, that is something that is challenging. That is challenging. I love people going out with their parents, and I would never stop that from happening because I want it. But mirror checks and going through all your gears, yeah, that is just a little bit annoying, because then we have to retrain and get back all of that. All right. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Those are the two things that your parents maybe not teaching you bad habits, or they just don't know. So I feel sorry for them in a way, because they must be really scared. Like, you're coming up to something in fourth and they're expecting you to go 4, 3, 2, 1. It's totally unnecessary. Yeah. Anyway, if you need to go and see a video of me actually doing that, like, you can watch me drive. You can actually see me block gear changing. I do talk about changing up with a block gear change and down. So you can watch that video. Yeah, it's on my YouTube or it's on my TikTok somewhere. And I hope that helps you. All right, guys. So have a really nice day. My car's in for a service and my car's ill again. It's just costing me a fortune, peeps. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I shall see you on the next video.